Good Pioneer, welcome to my review of the Klarus XT12. Let's jump right in. But before we do get started, I just want to let you know that this light was supplied by flashlightswithaz.com for an open and honest review, and that's what they're going to get. But like I said, that is going to be www.flashlightswithaz.com. Just want to thank them again for taking a chance on me here. So like I said, this is the Klarus XT12. As you can see, it's a pretty good looking light. Get an idea where it fits in your hand. This is an 18650 light, so like any one of these lithium ions with that kind of battery, you can expect a lot of light out of it. Right now, the Klarus is going to give you, lumens wise, you're going to be getting 930 on high, which is pretty typical for what you're getting out of 18650 batteries in this class now, especially when you pair them with the Cree XML2 emitter, which is pretty cutting edge right now. You're going to get 140 lumens on the medium mode and 2 on the moonlight. Now there's some debate whether 2 is a true moonlight mode. It's low. You can see to get around a little bit. You can read a map, something like that. But to me, the real value is the 140 lumens. The 930 is really nice. Don't get me wrong; it lights up the backyard like you wouldn't believe. But you know, run times are going to suffer commensurately with that. Runtime wise, you're getting 3.4 hours at the high, which is pretty good. I don't know exactly what the step down is. It stepped down a little bit, not hugely noticeable. I'd say it's probably still in the 600 lumen range with the step down. You're going to get 10 hours on the 140. Now, people get a little bit jaded, I think, these days when you talk about 140 lumens. 140 lumens is still pretty bright. You know, just a couple years ago, you figure a mag light at about 70 or 80 lumens was your top of the line. So 140 lumens for 10 hours, I think, is awesome. You get 178 on the moonlight mode. You know, you're really not doing much with that except in your immediate area. The 140, like I said, is the true value to me. Distance-wise, you're getting a 246 meter beam, which for those of us who've been to the moon, that's, you know, roughly 750, 800 feet. It's got an impact resistance of about 1 meter. In my testing, I'm not one of these guys who's just going to take a perfectly good light and throw it against the ground just to prove a point. You know, you can see I've used it. It's got a little dirt on it. It's been dropped once or twice. I work as a lineman, so I'm working at night. This was a pretty good companion for the past 2 months. I really liked it. And waterproof, which is pretty much the industry standard these days, you get about 2 meters. I didn't have a chance to try that out. I was out in the rain once or twice with it, and everything worked fine. In the hand, you can see it's a bit bigger than comparable 18650 lights. I believe that's because it has the charging built in. I guess one of its competitors would probably be the Olight M22 Warrior. It's going to give you right around that 950 to 1000 lumens, the same thing the Klarus is putting out. I like the interface on the Klarus a little bit better. The Olight's a good light. But I think the Klarus wins because I'm going to show you one point with the integral charger, which I think takes it over the top. Here's a small, what I would consider, this is borderline EDC kind of light for me. Another 18650, another Olight, another quality brand I do like. You're going to get a little bit of knurling on here, just enough to hold on to it. Some mud I did have in a couple of manholes, and you're getting the anti-roll. I do like the user interface on this. Some of them are getting a little bit crazy. The Olight I just showed you is one of them. You a lot of twisting and this and that. This straight up, turn it on. It's always going to come on high. Cycle through the modes. There you go. And if you ever want your strobe, you can just hold your double switch. As you can see, I don't know if you can see there, that's another switch, kind of like a little lever that you can pop, and you can always hit strobe from there. The strobe's at 930 lumens as well. I'm not a huge fan of strobe. Playing around with my buddies, but I really don't get to use it that much, I would say. So, like I said, I like that. I'm going to show you the magnetic charging, which I think is the true genius of this thing, which I think makes it a lot more accessible, especially people, gear guys like us, willing to accept external chargers and battery swaps and stuff like that. But, for my wife, she's not. That's why I ended up actually getting her another flashlight. This comes in a little bit later, an Olight, which has the standing magnetic tail cap. So, if even guys, they're just not going to deal with swapping batteries. So what Klarus has come up with is the magnetic charger, as you can see right there, and then that's a clip, and listen to this. It just finds it. It's pretty amazing. So you guaranteed a good solid lock all the time. I do like it actually a little bit better than Olight's base charging. The base charging, I'm not going to put it in my Jeep, but where I would feel comfortable with this charging while I'm driving, even doing some off-roading stuff. It charges with a standard USB port, which everyone pretty much has these days with their phones with the module type chargers. One feature I think that it would be pretty trick if Klarus added, I see they have this threaded hole over here. I'd love to see like an old style, the buttons that the old style CB handsets came with, where I could just click that onto my dashboard and then combine that with the charger so it was there whenever I needed it. I think that's perfect. I guess we'll just want to touch on the size on this again. The XT12 is not an EDC light for me. Definitely not EDC for Mike. I like smaller lights for that. Maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe I'm valuing my pocket space. But EDC lights, the O light, and even that, I don't really typically EDC a lithium-ion light. Well, that's an EDC light for me. This is my current one that I've been loving lately. I keep coming back to the Phoenix ET12 single AA, 170 lumens, 3 modes, nothing too crazy, straight click, fits in your pocket. It's going to be there when you need it. I EDC my Preon. As you can see, it kind of looks a little beat up because got run over by a 33,000 pound truck. Still works. Pretty good testament to their stuff. This is the old style one that gives you the awesome tail stand. The Phoenix, another Phoenix, the PD22UE. So I like small lights that are going to be beyond me all the time. Where to me the Klarus is a Watt 4 light. And what do I mean by that? If I'm going out, Watt 4. I'm going to walk the dog, I'll grab the Klarus. If I'm working at nights, I'll have it. I'll throw it in a coat pocket. For me, this is a purpose light. I'm going out with a purpose and I'm going to need light. I carry it in my everyday carry bag that I bring to work with me. So when I'm working nights, it's never too far. You know, I have my EDC light to see what's going around. And when we're going to get down to work, I go and grab something like the Klarus. What else do I want to say? Yeah, so it's perfect glove box light, perfect for get home bags, EDC bags. It's a little too big for me to carry every day. But having said that, I love the unit. I love the user interface. I like the 2 buttons. I'm getting tired of twisting stuff and trying to figure stuff out. So it's just so straightforward. I like the anti-roll. And to me, that's the best feature. That's what separates it. Like I said, there's plenty of lights that I'll have that, as a crazy gear guy, I have no problem having a charger for and worrying about batteries. I know there's a lot of people who are missing out on the lithium-ion revolution because of it, and I think this really bridges the gap on that. That is just, it's perfect. I love this charging. I'd love to see it on some more lights. I know you're never gonna. Well, that's not true. You do see it on the smaller Olight, but with the Klarus, I think that's a pretty big deal. I think that it gets a lot of people into, you know, that 1,000 lumens that you can really appreciate, that you can start to see. Like I said, you're getting that 246 meter throw with it. You can see it has a nice deep head, and you see that Korea emitter in there. So it gives you a real clean beam. What else did we want to touch on? So that's my likes. I guess I had a lot of likes. I had a lot of love for this. Dislikes, like I said, for me, the only thing, it's a little big in the hand. It's definitely not a pocket light. So to me, it's not an EDC. It's a purpose light. And I guess that's going to be it. You know what, let me just show you another thing that comes to mind, actually. Because it has the integral charger, it's a proprietary battery. So from Klarus, it doesn't use a regular 18650 like you can see here. It will, but it won't charge one of these. It'll only charge the Klarus. So that's something to keep in mind. So, you know, like I said, for the non-gearheads, this is perfect. Just make sure you keep charge on it. For those guys who have charged 18650s laying around, you know, if you have one of these, you add another 3.4 hours on high, you get through the entire night at darn near 1,000 lumens. Well, let's just put that back in. The threads were nice. Everything came lubed, which I like to see. Didn't really cut in any corners. On flashlights.com, this is going for right around $75, $80. I'm gonna, since they supplied to me, I'm definitely gonna send you there to buy one if you want. I recommend it. I really enjoy the light. Klarus was a new brand to me. It seems well made. Another interesting feature was the strike bezels removable, in case you don't want to be all ninja. I leave mine on. I guess it's just one way to protect the lens and anything from getting damaged here. and that even went on nice. Like all lithium ions, this sucker gets pretty hot if you have it on for a long time on high. It's pumping out that 3.6 volts, which, you know, adds up eventually. And that's about all I'm going to say. I like to keep these pretty short, right around that 10-minute kind of timeline. I gave you a couple competitive options. The Olight. Showed you some stuff that I like the EDC compared to it, just to give you an idea where I'm coming from. I mean, look at the size of that. You can't beat the single double A for slipping in your pocket. Just gives me one other thing. It does come with a pretty nice lanyard and some extra O-rings. I'm not one to use a lanyard on a bigger light like this. Maybe I'll have to give it a shot. It was in a pack, so I knew where it was. But that's quality right there. All right. So there you have it. The Klarus XT12, which I got from flashlightswiththez.com. And like I said, it's not an EDC light for Mike by any means, but you get 930 lumens on high, 140 lumens on medium, 2 lumens on the moonlight, 3.4 hours on high, 10 hours on medium, 178 hours on the moonlight mode. All right, take care. Be sure to check out my other videos. Like, share, and if you're going to look to buy this light, be sure to stop by flashlightswiththez.com. Thank them. Take care.